What's going on, guys? I want to talk about this breaking news. Apparently, Cam Newton has been released and it is going viral. It's all over Twitter right now. And a lot of people are very, very surprised by this. And people are citing a couple things I saw where they're talking about is the fact that, he has not taken the jab. Also, the emergence of Mac Jones and the fact that they really, Cam Newton did not play his best during the preseason, but it is the preseason. He's a veteran. I think a lot of that may have come into play. I just think that, the Patriots didn't need Cam Newton anymore. They signed Cam Newton. They knew they were going to draft a rookie quarterback. I mean, they had to. They see the success Tom Brady had in Tampa, and they realize, yes, it's time to rebuild, and we need to rebuild fast. We need to stop playing around and actually draft a quarterback of the future, even though Bill Belichick was still heartbroken about having to trade Jimmy Garoppolo. I knew Cam Newton's time in New England was over when he was trying to give a high five, I believe, to Mac Jones. He was coming off the field, and Mac Jones had ignored him, and he had to kind of chase him down. I knew that was it. It was as if Mac Jones knew he had won the starting quarterback job, and he didn't really want to fake it, so to speak. He didn't want to, he was in competition mode. This guy was coached by Nick Saban. You got to be savage to play under Nick Saban and be successful. And I knew the writing was on the wall. Then Cam Newton, again, he didn't play very well during the preseason. And there's a lot of mixed reactions on social media, but we're going to get into this article from the NY Post. It says New England Patriots shockingly released quarterback Cam Newton on Tuesday, according to reports, effectively making rookie Mac Jones the starter. Newton had started throughout the preseason and was expected to be named the starter ahead of Tuesday's roster cut deadline. Jones was selected out of Alabama with the 15th overall pick. When they selected him, I knew he was going to be starting because Bill Belichick knew he had to do something, right? He got rid of Tom Brady because he felt like, they can move on without him. Now let's go to this article from Pro Football Talk. Bill Belichick says Cam Newton is definitely moving in the right direction. The Patriots still have not named a starting quarterback. Well, they already done that, but I just want y'all to hear the what Bill Belichick was thinking, right? Head coach Bill Belichick declined to say if there was any more clarity in the pending decision between Cam Newton and Mac Jones, noting that the team will announce transactions as it makes them. Deciding a quarterback, however, isn't necessarily a transaction that has been announced. But when asked about Newton's training camp and preseason, Bill Belichick gave a positive review. Last year was totally different, so I feel like everybody's way ahead of where we were last year. Bill Belichick said in his press conference, certainly he started at a much higher point than he did last year. So definitely moving in the right direction. So that was, to me, that was an indicator of, well, he did better than last year. I just think Bill Belichick he had made us in the preseason better and better because he got better in the preseason. He didn't get worse. He got better. And I knew it was going to be a situation where they were probably going to let Cam Newton go. He was either going to be a backup or they were going to let him go. There was just no way that he was going to be able to stay on the team. And I also think that this whole jab situation with the vax, he was actually held out of team activities due to close contact. And he missed a couple of days. It's because, and the same thing has happened to other players who haven't taken the jab. They sort of pull you away from the team, right? Because they're trying to force these NFL players to get these jabs, as if, and they're not doing it for health. They're doing it because they want to continue to operate, but they want the media to get off their backs. But the NFL got to understand the media is never going to get off your back. And this whole situation with Deshaun Watson is going to come back on them. The media is going to come back on them with full force with this Deshaun Watson situation. But they don't care now. They just want all these players to get the jab, which is what it looks like. I could be wrong. Cam Newton is like, no, I'm not going to put, foreign objects, into my bloodstream. I'm not going to do it. And these players have every right to do it. Now, if you want to release guys because they won't do that, I think that that's sad, but that's where we're at. This is what has become a sport. These people are so greedy that they're willing to put their own players' selves at risk, just putting anything into their bodies, right? I mean, you will suspend a player for smoking weed, but you want everybody to put these substances in themselves just so you don't get, so the media gets off your back for a little while. But you're the NFL, you're always going to be a target. And Roger Goodell should understand that. Now, Cam Newton's play. Cam Newton has not played very well over the last couple of years. He's been injured, right? Going back to his time at Carolina, Cam Newton had struggled due to injuries, also due to his decline in play. And there were people who was like, Cam can still go. He can still play. Maybe he can. But it has to be the right system with the right coaches who believe in him. Now, he's not an old quarterback. He's a quarterback that has had so many injuries and has played through so many injuries. Cam Newton has been a warrior. I applaud him from getting from going from being released by Carolina to getting another opportunity with the Patriots. And those injuries have still snuck up on him. And listen, Cam Newton can help somebody. I'm not saying that he can't help anybody. And honestly, I feel like the Patriots are a team that's kind of in desperation mode, man. Look at all the moves that Bill Belichick has made. Bill Belichick has made so many moves because he wants to be able to prove that he can win a championship without Tom Brady. They didn't care last year. Bill Belichick didn't care last year. He had a lot of guys that didn't even show up last year due to the CV, who I believe are showing up this year because they want to get paid. But it may have gotten paid last year. I'm not sure. Probably not. I don't know. Probably not. And he wants to prove something. Look at all the free agents that Bill Belichick has brought in. Look at all the moves he's made in the draft and the players he's brought in. He's looking to win this year. And he says, you know what? He's getting outplayed by this rookie. I need to let him go. I'm not saying that Cam Newton shouldn't have been released. I feel like if a team feels like you're not playing up to your abilities, you shouldn't be there. And I guess they didn't want Cam Newton to be holding a clipboard. They wanted him to go out and be able to find a job. Maybe that's their thinking. Like maybe, instead of him being here with a clipboard and he refuses to get the jab, why don't we just release him? I hope it works out for the Patriots. I really do. Because, they're going to be starting a rookie. What's interesting is that, Chicago drafted Justin Fields and higher than Mac Jones was drafted. And Justin Fields is going to be riding the bench. Now, maybe Justin Fields hasn't played that strong in the preseason. I haven't watched too much of the preseason as far as the Bears is concerned. Maybe he hasn't played as well as Mac Jones have, but the preseason and regular season are two different things. But if they feel like Mac Jones is ready for that, then by all means, make him the starter. But I hope that they're making the right decision because it's only going to make Bill Belichick look worse because now you don't have a viable backup behind him. It's almost like you believe that he's durable enough and who you have there at quarterback behind him is enough and you don't need Cam. I think it is a lot deeper than his play in the preseason. I do think him not wanting to get the jab, and I also think maybe some issues as to, Cam proclaiming himself. I saw where they say Cam Newton was proclaiming himself the starter and the Patriots were like, nah, you're not. There might be some of that going on, man. But y'all let me think in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts.